The Indian issue and is an issue that we have had for years. It's a historical issue of having Indian fishermen straying into Sri Lankan waters. The only border that we have with any country is a maritime border, right? What we call the IMBL. It is the International Maritime Border Line. The Sri Lanka Navy fights or protects this border every day of every year, irrespective of whether we are at war or whether they are at peace. Lots of people in this country don't realize that the Navy is on patrol 24/7, every day on the border. We are the only people who patrol a border in Sri Lanka. We are your first line of defense. Now, coming down to the fisherman issue, you see, Indian fishermen from South India have always thought that they have historic rights to come in and fish across the border. The other side of the straits, the northern straits, have been fished dry because of the method of fishing. And the method of fishing is called benthic fishing or bottom trawling, which is a banned practice because it actually makes the bottom of the ocean a desert. The complete ecosystem is wiped away. We work very closely with the Indian government, right? Especially the Indian Navy and the Indian Coast Guard, to try to explain and to help the Indian fishermen from crossing this particular line. So, this, in my operation, though, and it has not been successful for many years, my operation here is going to be a little different, right? We have always opposed the Indian fisherman. We are not going to oppose him. We are going to help the Indian fisherman to find his way and to understand where the maritime border line is. So when he strays into our water, we will take him out and we will make the line so visible that he will not cross our line.
You can't draw a line. You can't draw a line. So,
Well, the line is already drawn. Many lines have been drawn.
no, I'm sure it's on a map, but then physically there is nothing.
Well, there's a lot of GPS stuff that we have now. All right, we have AIS systems that will aid trawlers, and at the same time, physical presence. Right, physical presence, increased number of patrols, change the type of operation that we do, be visible. These are called presence operations, and what we will do is we will do presence operations, and we will do it well with the help of the Indian Navy and with the help of the Indian Coast Guard. Things like this have to be negotiated and renegotiated. They are not easy to be solved overnight, and we know that the fishing issue has been an issue for over hundreds of years. The new laws that have been brought by the Fisheries Department with regard to the fines and the new laws in the Fisheries Act actually make it quite difficult for the Indian fishermen now to come in and pay those fines because they are quite steep. So that has helped us too. You see, if you are capable of actually doing a proper or sustained operation in the north, showing the presence of this line, I am sure we will be able to stop the numbers that are coming in. We may not be able to stop it completely, but the gaps will be reduced. There will be the numbers coming in will be reduced substantially. So what we want to do is to see that we realign and redesign this particular operation in the north and help fishermen on both sides. That is what we are there for. We are there to help the Sri Lankan fishermen, and we are also there to help the Indian fishermen. And at the same time, see that both sides are benefited by our presence. So that is why the Sri Lanka Navy and the Sri Lanka Coast Guard will be on that line, patrolling that line, and we'll be patrolling that line while you sleep tonight.